The third part eventually is the drawing the section. And as per the assignment requirement, the section should actually include the base cabinet and a wall cabinet. This part of the assignment will definitely need you to think about how or research the anatomy of kitchen cabinets. So this is a little bit part that you will need to do on your own, because the assignment, that part is actually related to how the kitchen cabinet looks from the inside. I just drew like a little sketch here, okay? And this sketch kind of shows you how, and in 3D, how the kitchen cabinet structure is from the outside. So we might have a drawer in here like this, okay? And the section means what? The section means that I'm going to cut that. If this is a cutting plane, so I'm going to cut this like this. And when I cut that, basically what will I see? So if I cut this from the inside like this, that part is taken away. What will I see? What I will see is something closer to that. Okay, definitely there is a countertop. And here we're talking about the section. Okay, and that countertop, and this is the wall. And again, we're just sketching here. And we have two wooden pieces representing the side here, or what would be the side from the inside, and the adjustable shelves. Okay, here I have a counter top. Now, if this is wood, okay, this is definitely going to look something like this. The indication here might be a little bit off, because if I have here, I mean, that's, if you want to see gypsum board looks something like this. And if I want to be accurate, then this wall should look something closer to this in section. So this is gypsum board, and then there is insulation. So this is actually how it should look here. All right, so but the right indication for wood then from the inside would be something that looks like that. All right, so I would be seeing this as a countertop. Now, if you can also show me how the countertop looks like, because sometimes the nose would look something like this, all right, or it might look something chamfered like that, okay, or it might look something that is beveled like this. So just to be somehow more specific about how this looks like when you're drawing it from the side view. And if you open the door, maybe this, let's say if this is the door and it's opened like this. Okay, what will I see from the inside here? Where exactly is the shelf placed? So that's how the kitchen cabinet is going to look like from the inside. Maybe I have, instead of one shelf, maybe I have two, and this should show with the thickness okay, of the shelf, and definitely you can measure the thickness of the shelf easily. Okay, same thing for the drawer. If I have a drawer, then that drawer should be represented here. With that thickness of the drawer. The backsplash here, definitely, if we have, as I said, if we have the kitchen countertop, that looks like something like this. Okay, and this is represented again as the nose. Now I need the height of this backsplash here. Like this. And for the top, this probably might be 15-inch to 18-inch. And then if I have the toe kick, I also need to represent that. So this should be, so this is here instead of here. And now I also, and I definitely need some indication about the, as we said, the thicknesses and the height of the countertop, thickness of countertop, and all of those things you can measure easily. And the height of the drawer, okay, where the knobs or the handles are going to be if I have them here. So if this is extended outside. And same thing for the kitchen cabinet, the wall kitchen cabinet, the inside. I can definitely measure the thickness of those drawer and of the shelves and where they are placed in terms of here, or in terms of their height. Those are things that should show in the detail. Okay, so in all cases, a kitchen, I'm just going to show you a kitchen anatomy, an anatomy of a frameless kitchen cabinet, is that you will have definitely a side, something that looks like this. All right, and then there is here a piece of wood. That's what we call a back stretcher. Okay, and perhaps I should do it more here. So this is the box. I'm going to start with a box. And I'm just going to try to just show you in how this relates, or how this is going to look in 2D section. All right, so this is my box here, and underneath it, there is the toe kick, as we said. And so what we will have is there is a piece of wood that is going to be this, or that's the side. Here, and there's another side as well. In this area, and I'm viewing this from the inside, by the way, so I shouldn't have this line. Maybe this is going to give you a better idea. So that's a side here. That's another side, and they have those thicknesses. All right, here there is something called a stretcher that links, it's a piece of wood that links between them. Something like that. So this is a back stretcher. And then I have a front stretcher, which looks something also like this. Okay, holding between the two sides from the front. So that's a front stretcher. And then we have a drawer support, and the drawer support is going to be here. Like this. This is the bottom part, which is also a piece of wood that does have thickness. Like this. Okay. And as I said, we have the toe kick, which is located here. So right, and that's the bottom. This means that the drawer is going to be inside of those. So if the drawer is going to be inside of those, I know where exactly it's going to be. And that's very basic cabinet. If I want to show how this looks like from the side, this means that I'm actually cutting through that. I'm cutting through here. That's the cutting plane that I have, or think of it as a piece of, think of it as a knife. All right. So if I'm cutting through this, how this should look like in 2D. So this is 3D, okay, of a base cabinet with a drawer. So this would look something like this in a section. Okay, first of all, if I cut the section here, I will be seeing this is a toe kick. Okay, so that's the side. Cut means that I have this piece of wood I can see, and I can see also this piece of wood here. All right, there is another piece of wood here for the drawer, and definitely the drawer is resting here with the thickness. Okay, and I can also see if I'm cutting that, I'm going to be able to see this if I had kitchen cabinet, or the here is going to be on top of it, the counter. So I will also be able to see the counter as we said. Like that. So another representation, and I'm cutting here again. So this definitely going to see that, the toe kick. Okay, same here. And this is a representation of a two-dimensional, that's assuming that I don't have any more drawers. So if I had more drawers, I definitely going to have more stretchers. Now, definitely I will need, for all of those measurements, I will need those measurements. Okay. And those measurements need to be represented on the kitchen. That type of detail should be on the kitchen section. All right, like we said, the right representation, maybe if I have here the thickness of the wall, and I have another indication of the thickness of the wall from the other side, and this is gypsum board. And then I have insulation. Okay. And sometimes you might see that you will need a certain type of support at the back, okay, of the wall. So for example, if I have here a kitchen cabinet that is representing the wall, kitchen cabinet, all right, I actually might need here above it just a securing the kitchen cabinet to a bulkhead beyond to finished the secure to that place to be beyond the finished drywall. Okay, so the cabinetry also need to indicate what type of material. Maybe this is MDF. Okay, so and also if I have here a cabinet, definitely I need the thickness of the cabinet door. Okay, in millimeter. Again, this can be maybe 3/4 of an inch, and then you're going to convert this to millimeter by multiplying 3/4 of an inch by 25.4, and then this is going to get you this in millimeter. Okay, so very straightforward. Now, the last thing I want to talk about here is the sheets. Now, as I said, because you're going to sketch those on sheets that are sized 11 by 17 inch, what I will need from you is to try as much as possible to make the sketch larger proportionally in comparison to the sheet size. So if this is a floor plan, okay, try to situate it, you're sketching. Again, it's true that you're putting the dimension in or you're adding the dimension in manually. But try to make this look as presentable as possible. I know those are hand drawings. If you need to use the ruler or the scale, feel free to, just to make things. I know that here my sketching, because I'm using a digital tablet, is not that good, but just want you to make sure that you sketch in a manner that will help you, okay, in getting the right information to transfer later on to AutoCAD. Because what will happen if this is very rudimentary, you might not be able to draw information from, okay? So try as much as possible to situate this proportionally. This is, as we said, the floor plan, and this is, just a sketch. So here, this is A1, okay, and you're going to write the information about residential kitchen. Sketch and blah, blah, blah. So the whole idea is, if I put this on as a sketch on 11 by 17, this means that the drawing has to be proportional. All right, don't forget the, as we said, on the floor plan, the north side, and to include the elevation if I'm looking this way, if I'm looking this way, and then each sheet. So for example, I have this sheet here, 11 by 17, and here I have one elevation, and here I have another elevation next to it. Again, take care of the size. The size should be proportional to the sheet size. Sometimes I saw students doing this. So this is the sheet size, and then I have something as small as this, and the rest is vacant, it's empty. So try as much as possible to situate things proportionally to the size that you have. I need the drawing for the detail or the section, okay, to be on its separate sheet. All right, so we might do this. You might have this on a separate sheet like that. Okay, and those are the three sheets. And as I said, this is maybe A2 and this is A3. And you're submitting the JPEG images of each one of those. So I expect to see them. You may insert them. I mean, if this is easier for you, you may insert them into a PowerPoint presentation slide so you have consistency on how they look like.